Now, buying a home is one of the biggest financial decisions you will ever make. And while the government is offering more support for first home buyers in the latest budget, affordability remains a major hurdle. In fact, a recent survey from Macquarie University found 1/3 of young Aussies feel locked out and no longer believe that hard work and saving are enough to buy a home. So where can you still find properties that are within reach and provide good capital growth potential? Ray White, Chief Economist, Nerida Conisbee is with us. Nerida, you've done the number crunching for us. Run through the East Coast for us.
Yeah, so maybe we'll start in Sydney. The way we looked at it is to look at the places where there are a lot of homes selling under $1 million. And many of these suburbs, there's a lot of suburbs, but we chose ones that do have really good infrastructure. They do have walkable areas. They do have something that people like about them. Which underpins capital growth. Absolutely. Those sort of features. Yep. So Sydney is very difficult to find a house under $1 million. So when we had a look at the list, quite a lot of places where there were homes selling under $1 million. But in this case, we chose Oran Park and Blacktown as potential options. Right. Units, it opens up a little bit, but still very hard to find decent homes under $1 million. Somewhere like Parramatta, we know there's a lot of money pouring into that area. The infrastructure is getting better, the train lines is improving. The other suburb we chose was Marylands, and in both of those suburbs, there's a lot of units that sell well under $1 million. Okay, Melbourne? Melbourne, a lot more options available. So in Melbourne, we thought Sunbury was a good option. So near the airport, a mix of old and new housing. And then going southeast is Pakenham. So Pakenham does have, a little bit further out, but does again have really decent transport infrastructure. Units, a lot available. So you can go to a premium suburb like South Yarra for under $1 million, which is, one of the top suburbs. Yes. Carlton as well. So Carlton's a really fun place to live near the uni, near the city, and both of those have lots of very affordable options. Now, what about Brisbane? Because it's overtaken Melbourne in terms of median prices. Yeah, Brisbane's expensive. It used to have a lot of options well under $1 million. Springfield Lakes is a good option, so lots of new development taking place, some really good infrastructure, retail precincts. That's, lots of options available there. And the Brisbane Lions training centre as well, if you're an AFL fan. And then Narangba was another one that we had a look at and thought that provided lots of options for buyers. Yep. Units, a lot more available. It's very similar to Melbourne. You can buy in somewhere like Fortitude Valley or West End. You can be near the action, you can be near the city. Many people work out those areas, so there's lots available there. Yep, Gold Coast? There's quite a few options under $1 million for houses. There's fewer than there were, but Ormo and Upper Coomera, you can still find quite a few houses. If you move to units, so you can really be part of the action. So Surfers Paradise and Southport have plenty of options at those price points. Good locations there on the East Coast. What about the rest of the country and regions? Yeah, so if you go to Perth, it has become, prices have jumped sort of 70-80% within about 4 years, so it has become really expensive. Places like Baldivis, Alkimos, those areas still have quite a lot of options. They're not as cheap as they were, but you can still find quite a few options if you are a first home buyer. Again, looking at apartments, it does open up significantly. You can go somewhere like Subiaco, which is an incredibly popular area. Also Scarborough right on the beach, which is really nice. Right, Adelaide? Adelaide, Mount Barker, you can actually go to near the beach. Aldinga Beach is available, so quite a few options for houses. Again, very similar to Perth, the prices have moved very, very quickly over the past 4 years. Again, units, lots more options available. We can get to Glenelg, beautiful suburb right on the beach. Also Norwood it does have plenty of options under $1 million if you go for a unit. So you've also run through the suburbs for houses and units for Canberra, Hobart and Darwin. What would you choose there as the best for capital growth? The best for capital growth at the moment is Darwin. So Darwin is a very small city, but it has seen very strong growth over the past few years. It was a bit late starting compared to the other capital cities, but that growth is now occurring. So first home buyers, you've got rising interest rates, you've got all this panic about falling values because of the budget changes. Should you rush in now or wait a bit, do you reckon? I don't think you should rush. There's certainly a lot of help available for first home buyers at the moment. Things like the 5% deposit scheme have been very popular. We also know that pricing is slowing, so there isn't the same rush that there was even at the end of last year. So I think that the thing to do is make sure you've got your finance in order, make sure you've chosen the area that you want to buy and go have a look at a lot of homes, I think is also good advice. But certainly one of the good outcomes of the budget is a slowing market. Prices were moving very, very quickly prior to the budget, and obviously that can't continue. And it also is very stressful for first home buyers.
Yeah. Okay. All right. A great around the grounds wrap up, Nerida. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.